Bonjour et bienvenue à... Actually, what's French for Grèce? I think it is, isn't it? It's Grèce. Anyway, quick update from me. I'm Tim. Welcome to FR UK Rugby. And how epic was that final? A spare a thought for the livers and the general hydration levels of the Montauban players who went out for a party after they beat Colomiers in the barrage. They went out for a party after they beat Brive in the semi-final. I can only imagine what sort of a state they got into after reaching the most unlikely and the most remarkable run of games to reach the top 14. And fair play to Sebastian Tiersport. His head coaching stock has just gone through the roof. There is a big top 14 job coming his way, whatever happens next season with Montauban in the top 14. And congratulations to the boss man, the cult hero of French rugby and of FR UK rugby, Jerome Boss-Viel. What a guy. First and foremost, as you can see, I am in Greece, and that is why I wasn't there on the channel as the game was happening. I would love to have been commentating on the final. It just goes to demonstrate just how late in the day the contracts with Canal Plus and LNR were actually wrapped up. The fact that it was quite difficult to alter my travel plans. And in any case, you know what, all work and no play, it's not a good call. Thank you to Dave Rogers, who did a great job stepping in. Brilliant having Joe Worsley. Even though he would have loved to have been involved in that final with Brive. Brive were just a chapter, as it turned out, in the most amazing underdog tale. That is Montauban. And you know what? I love the fact, and those scenes at the final whistle with the pitch invasion of all those Montauban players, with the packed stadium at Toulouse. I mean, it was sold out. They could have sold out. They could have gone to the Toulouse football stadium, I reckon, and sold that game out. To have it finish like that is exactly why me, Joe, and the team at FR UK Rugby, why we wanted to make sure these games were accessible to people outside of France. And that's why we did it. That's why we rolled the dice on this idea. And I think our decision was vindicated just in that 80 minutes alone. It's been a brilliant couple of weeks, but a reminder, we're only just getting started. There is going to be live rugby all next season without Montauban as part of Pro D2. Of course, they'll be in top 14, but with Sam Davis and Grenoble after a third year of heartache, we'll have that story there. Bounce back maybe. Will they finally reach the promised land? Will Brive bounce back and get there? Some big teams. Aix-en-Provence are recruiting heavily, and it's going to be an amazing league next year. It was this year. It's going to be even better next year, and we will be bringing you live rugby every single Thursday night throughout the game week, and then following it right through the playoffs again. Absolutely buzzing about that. And so thank you very much for finding the channel, for watching the channel, and if you could help out by just share the channel. Even just putting a little thumbs up on this video massively helps. But do you know what? I'm hoping that we go from strength to strength, and that Pro D2 becomes a fixture in your week and in other rugby fans' weeks. But if nothing else, if we have educated the English-speaking world on the sheer brilliance and character of Jerome Boss-Viel, then I will count that as a solid legacy. I'm happy with that. How good is that guy? I mean, Dan Bigger was raving about him in that semi-final when he was commentating alongside me in the game against Brive. He's never ever played anywhere but Pro D2. Never played top 14, and at the age of 35, he was again man of the match. Pushed his team around the park. Incredible kicking game. The whole Montauban team were heroic. And again, the fallout from Grenoble, was it mental frailty? Did they choke? All of those questions are going to be asked, but Montauban just made themselves so difficult to play against. We need to get a range of Jerome Boss-Viel t-shirts out, and so we're working on stuff behind the scenes to make sure that can happen, because that guy is a cult hero now. And you know what? That's another legacy of the channel. I think we have created so many Montauban fans in the English-speaking world. And yeah, I count that as another positive legacy. And I'm looking forward to telling the stories of all of these characters, because there's so many of them in the French second division, so many characters, so many brilliant towns. And that's why we're behind it. But man alive, Montauban's, like, their kicking game, tactical game, just the sheer energy and effort that they brought was unreal. Ringway looks like a star in the making as well. Simon Render is a class act. They were 1 point in the Access Pro de Access match last year. They were 1 point from going down last year. The first team ever to win the playoffs from 6th position. It is the most amazing story. It's one of those stories that it's why sport is incredible. Because if it was just played on paper, or you just looked at the spreadsheet for the budget, you'd have written them off. Many people did write them off. I expected Grenoble to win this time. But you just love sport, so that was awesome. So I just wanted to just take a little moment, seeing as I was watching the game on the plane. I got the Wi-Fi. It was a little bit stuttery at times, but I was watching, as in my Wi-Fi, not the program. The program was great, but I was watching it from the plane, and every bit as tense as I'm sure you were watching. And so well done to the lads as well for having my back so I can be here. So I thought the least I can do is just hop on and whip up the Boss-Viel hype train just a little bit more. Oh man, that try, break out from their own 22, kick ahead, incredible chase. And I think that's what characterises Montauban, is that there is not a team that you will find that works harder. And it's that old rugby phrase that Warren Gatlin used to use a lot: be the best at the things that require no skill. And they just have massive hearts, huge cohesion as a group, clearly. And again, from where they were last year, nearly being relegated, to where they've got to, the top 14, is the most amazing story. And again, Jerome Boss-Viel bossed it. He is the boss. But the boss, Sebastian T.S. Board, not only does he have perfectly manicured facial hair, and he looks like he could step out on the pitch and play tomorrow, he's in great nick. He is clearly an absolute supreme man motivator. Although the rubber is going to hit the road pretty fast come September, when they're up against the biggest and the best funded and the most star-studded rugby teams in club rugby anywhere in the world. But I'm here for it. I'm sure the Montauban club shop is melting down about now, and I'm happy that we've played our part in sending the traffic there. In the meantime, check in on the next video. I'm sure Joe will have lots of tactical breakdowns on what happened, and we'll have loads of good stuff coming between now and the start of next season. This is not just about Pro de Deux, this channel. It's all about French rugby in general. Top 14, national team, Pro de Deux, and the grassroots. And we'll be across all of it. So hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.